Hi everybody, my name is Emily, and over the next few sessions together, we are going to put on a musical. What is a musical? A musical is a story. And in this story, sometimes the characters start to sing to express what they're feeling. I love to sing, and I hope you do too, because singing is a very important part of musicals. Another important part of musicals is dancing. And so to dance, we have to make sure that our bodies are all warmed up because we don't want to hurt our muscles while we're dancing. Also, the last very important part of a musical is acting. So acting is a way of playing pretend. And so as an actor, you become a character. A character is a person or animal that is different from who you are, and you have to pretend that you are this character on stage telling a beautiful story. So we're going to talk about all of those things today and over the next few sessions, and by the end you will have a show that you can present to your family or to your friends online, and you can do these activities over and over again and create new stories to share with your family and friends. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is warm up our voices. And there's a few ways we can warm up our voices, and the first one is like this. We're going to blow our lips. You try. If that's hard for you, you can also try making the letter V. So you make the letter V by putting your upper teeth on your lower lip and making a sound like this. Great! All right, so your choice, you either get to blow your lips or make the letter V. And we're going to do a little bit of a warm-up, going from some low notes to the high notes. All right, I'm going to start with the V and then I'm going to switch to the lips. So starting low. Great job. I'm gonna switch now. Great job. You did a great job with that exercise. Now we're going to sing some words, and the words we are going to sing are, I love to sing. And the song goes like this. I love to sing. You try. Okay, let's try it together. I love to sing. A little bit higher. I love to sing. Higher. I love to sing. Higher. I love to sing. A little bit higher. I love to sing. One more. I love to sing. That one was pretty high. How did that one go? Awesome! Okay, now our next exercise goes with a silly rhyme. And the rhyme goes like this. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. And so you can get your mashing hand ready and mash your M&Ms for this exercise. So let's say that again. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. So M&Ms like with the chocolate inside. Yeah, she's making you mash them and crush them all up. So we're going to start by saying this as slowly as possible. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Now let's say it 3 times fast. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, mommy made me mash my M&Ms, mommy made me mash my M&Ms, It is really hard. It's really hard because our tongues get all twisted. That's why we call it a tongue twister. Our tongues get all twisted up while we're trying to say it. Let's do it again, 3 times fast. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms, mommy made me mash my M&Ms, mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Great job! Okay, now we are going to say it a few different ways. I want you to say it as if you're really, really sad. Because you really want the M&Ms, and now you have to mash them. Okay, so just try it really sad. This is called acting. We're pretending that we're something that we're not actually feeling right now. We're pretending we're sad. So let's try. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Great job! Now, let's pretend we're really happy because maybe we're mashing them to put them in an ice cream sundae, or we're mashing them to put them in some cookies. Okay, so really happy. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms! Great job! Now, imagine it's right before bedtime. Oh, I am really sleepy and tired. How would you do it really sleepy? Oh, Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Good job. And now, what if you're really angry? You really don't want to mash them. You're not happy about it. You're mad. Mommy made me mash my M&Ms. Great job. That was really, really good. Okay, we have one last activity for our voices to warm up our voices, and we are going to pretend that we are a buzzy bee. And I want you to follow your voice with my finger as my finger moves down and back, up again, and down and up. Okay, so for example, we're not going to make a buzzing sound like a bee, but we're going to pretend we're a bee flying around, following all the sounds, and we're going to sing like this. So you see where it went down and back up, and our voices followed that pattern. So can you try? Very good. Now we're going to try a different pattern. I like that one. That one reminds me of a roller coaster. Now what about this one? Backwards. It's really silly. When we do our vocal warm-ups, we do all kinds of silly things. Because when we sing on stage, we're asked to do all kinds of silly things with our voice. We're asked to sing really, really high and really, really low. Can you try that? Really, really high, really, really low. And we're also asked to sing really, really fast, really, really fast, really, really fast, really, really fast. Can you try that? Really, really fast. And really, really slowly. Can you try? Really, really slowly. Sometimes you might need to take a breath when you're singing so slowly because, you run out of air when you're singing. But that's all right. You can take as many breaths as you need to make sure you can keep singing as long as the song asks you to sing for. All right, so now that we have our voices all warmed up, we are going to move on to warming up another very important part of our whole bodies. And that is the rest of our body. So the body part that's not our voice, so our arms and our fingers and our toes and everything like that. And we're going to do some warm-ups there. And we're also continuing to warm up our imagination. Okay, so we're all ready to warm up our bodies. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start wiggling different parts of our body. So start by wiggling your fingers. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And then wiggle your head with it. And wiggle your shoulders. And wiggle your toes. Toes, wiggle toes, wiggle toes, wiggle toes. And wiggle your knees. Wiggle your knees. And wiggle your feet. And wiggle your ears. That one's hard. Wiggle your hair. Wiggle your nose. Wiggle your mouth. Wiggle your voice. Wiggle your elbows. And wiggle your fingers again. And wiggle your whole body. Okay. very good wiggling every part of your body, because when we're on stage and we're dancing, we're going to have to wiggle all of our bodies, but of every part of our body and all of our entire body. And there's a fancy word for that in theater. And when somebody tells us to wiggle our body in a specific way to dance, we call that choreography. Choreography. And so choreography are the dance moves that somebody teaches us to do on stage. And so when we're in a musical, we have a choreographer. The choreographer is the person who tells us, this is how I want you to wiggle your body. This is how I want you to dance. And then we have the choreography and we present that on stage with our wonderful acting. Great. So now we're going to work a little bit on acting. And we're going to do this by playing a game where you're going to walk around the room. So make sure you have enough space to walk around. Okay, so I want you to stand up nice and tall, and I want you to start walking around the room the way you normally do. Just walk in a circle, walk back and forth, walk at whatever speed you normally walk at, and just think about it and say, this is the way I walk. Say to yourself, this is how I walk. And now I want you to keep walking, and I'm going to give you some instructions while you're walking about things that I want you to use your imagination to imagine and pretend are happening in the room that you're walking in. So you're walking and it's a nice, beautiful sunny day. So maybe you tilt your head up and smile at the sun. Stretch out your arms maybe. Oh, it's so nice and sunny in here. But all of a sudden, you see a cloud coming. Doesn't look like too suspicious of a cloud. It's a puffy white cloud, but you see some other clouds that look a little bit gray. And then you see a flash of lightning. There's a thunderstorm coming. And all of a sudden it starts to rain. And so you cover your head and you run for cover. Where are you going to find cover? And there's another flash of lightning. Are you scared? Are you fascinated? How do you feel about thunderstorms? How does your character feel about thunderstorms? Are you running for cover? Oh no! There's another flash of lightning. Maybe you cover your ears because you're so scared of the thunder. It's gonna be so loud. Oh no! Boom! And then there's a thunder, and then it rains some more, and you're covering your head and running, trying to get out of the rain. And then all of a sudden, the rain stops, and the sun comes out again. And maybe you smile at the sun and you keep walking down your little path. But all of a sudden it starts to get really, really windy. And you're getting blown back by the wind. And you keep trying to go forward, but the wind's blowing you back. And maybe the wind blows you to the ground, or it blows you from side to side. Whatever your imagination can think of, what is the wind doing? And you're blown all around in a circle. And then the wind stops. And the sun comes out again, and it's bright and sunny. And you give a smile towards the sun, saying, thank you, sun. The wind was really bad. All right, now we're going to come back inside, and we're going to be nice, and there's going to be nice indoor weather, no sun, no rain, no clouds, just normal indoor weather. And we're going to imagine that you are a graceful ballerina. So how would you walk if you were a ballerina? Maybe you would hold your arms out to the side, keep your fingers curved. Maybe you would walk on your tiptoes and hold yourself a little bit higher as you walk as a graceful ballerina. Do you do any turns, any pirouettes as a ballerina? And all of a sudden, your ballerina turns into a clumsy clown. And so once you were on your tiptoes and moving gracefully and beautifully, but now you're tripping over your own feet. But you're a clown, so you're very funny. So you get back up again, and then you try to walk again, and you're clumsy, and you fall again. Maybe you do a tumble salt as you fall. And now, your clown gets up again, and all of a sudden, you're underwater. What does it feel like to move underwater? Are you moving fast or slow? Does it feel like you're moving like through jello? Try to move faster through the water, faster, faster, faster. And now the water all drains out and you're really tired from swimming. So now you're gonna go take a nap because you're super sleepy. Oh, maybe you sit on the floor. Maybe you yawn and rub your eyes. Or maybe you just fall asleep. But then you wake up because you have a ton of energy and today is the best day ever. Maybe you're going to Sky Zone, or maybe you are playing in your backyard with your friends, or you're going to the park to play with your friends, or you're seeing your cousins or your brothers and sisters, or maybe you get to go back to school and you get to see all your friends and you are so excited. And it's the best day ever and you have so much energy and you're bouncing up and down and you can't wait to go do whatever it is you're going to do today. And you're so excited and you smile and you're very, very happy. But then you get sad. Because you dropped your ice cream cone. And you're sad. But now you're going to be a king or a queen or a princess. And how would you walk if you were a king or a queen or a princess? Maybe you would hold yourself very tall and keep your chin up high. Maybe are you a kind king or queen? Will you smile and nod, or will you ignore everyone? Are you going to walk in a way that's fast or slow? Will you smile, or will you frown? And now I want you to pretend you're a ninja. How would a ninja or a spy, how would you move differently than a king or a queen? Are you going to walk tall and take up a lot of space as you walk? Or are you going to try to hide in the shadows because you're trying to be secretive, you're trying to sneak around? Maybe you'll duck under something to hide and then come back out, and then against the wall you're trying to move and you duck down again and then get back up. And now imagine you're a witch and you're making a pot of stew. How will your fingers move differently as a witch? Maybe they're all curved. Will you change your voice a little bit as a witch? Maybe you'll bend over a little bit more. Oh, and you turn and you brew your stew. Can you do a witch's laugh? Very good. It's really, really fun to pretend to do different laughs. I love pretending different laughs. Now we're going to walk back normal. So whatever way you were walking before, whatever your normal way of walking was, I want you to walk back around in a circle, walking back and forth, and think about all of the different characters that you just pretended to be during your walk. Were there any that you really, really liked, that you thought were super fun? Were there any that you didn't like so much? Were there any that made you feel very energized? Were there any that made you feel super tired and sleepy? Okay, you can stop walking now. So, what we learned today was we learned how to warm up our voices, la 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 la, just like that. We learned how to warm up our bodies to get ready for dancing. And we also warmed up our imaginations, imagining that we were all different characters in a story. And we also thought about how we would move our bodies as those different characters, because that is a very important thing on stage, is a character is not just the words that you speak, but it's also the way the character moves their body and interacts with other people or animals or other characters on stage. So great job today, and I can't wait to see you for the next session. We're going to talk a little bit more about how we're going to create our musical. Bye!